why DJ be wanting to knock his ass up? Are you looking at that woman and
It's up, boom.
What's up with you?
I said
cool.
it's up, yeah.
Alright. So that can't move it.
Yeah. But a coaching job, not the regular job.
He didn't get the head coaching job back? No, he got that back. He got that. He didn't get the other shit.
It's enough, honey.
Alright.
Can't be doing shit like that. College people wild in high school, right? Nigga. You buzzing.
Alright, where we at with it? Off season. Boone, your mic levels gonna be your mic good, bro?
Yeah, shit was good. I ain't changed shit.
Alright.
These are the motor real quick. Shit, I don't know. Maybe I not say shit. You just hear Adrian ass. She talk loud as fuck.
I'm about to tell you if I hear you now. Yeah, you good. Alright. Alright, so first let's get to it, man. Postseason, we here right away, man. First of all, I don't know if I can hear my boy Falky on here, but let's talk about the last few games of the regular season and Mr. Strategizing himself. Shit. So are we absolutely comfortable with saying this guy lost those games trying to put himself in a situation to play the Patriots? Are we saying that? Are we saying that right now? If he did, that shit's not what it's supposed to be. The fuck?
Well, we right where we want to be.
He said he right where he want to be, man. On his way to motherfucking Duval. Okay. So, alright. So, we going to go after the teams that made the playoffs real fast. Let's go to the NFC real fast. So, the 6 that's in, Cowboys division winner. For winning the division, you will receive a contract or structure on any player you choose. Seahawks won the NFC West at 15-1. Cowboys told the Dolphins, y'all ain't popping y'all champagne this year. They went 16-0. Wait, don't it gotta be undefeated all the way through, even through the playoffs and shit? All the way through. Alright, so you gotta win the whole shit. Alright, so the Bears won their division, NFC North, 11-5. Mill Tice is in there. The Bucks slid in there, 10-6, won the NFC South. The Saints made the playoffs, 9-7. After starting 0-6, that's big. McCoy done snuck his way into the playoffs, and Nano got in because he beat Rock twice. So that's what got Nano in. So that's the playoff run over there in the NFC. You get to the AFC, and you got the Chiefs with the number 1 seed, 15-1. All special shit coming from over there on that explosive ass offense. The Browns quietly 14-2, got the 2nd seed. Jaguars 3rd seed. Patriots at 8-8, 500 like a motherfucker. Ronnie 500. He motherfucking went on an 0-5 spree after he traded Tom Brady, so he still got his ass in the playoffs, and he opened up with the Titans. And the Ravens are sitting in the 6th seed. Now some said Boone strategized his way there to try to play somebody like the AFC Easy or something, but it didn't fall that way. So they're your playoff teams right there, man. So let's go talk about some of these awards real fast. And while I'm talking about the awards, I'll explain the traits and upgrade shit, since everybody keep hitting me asking me what's up with traits and all that. Alright, so we get over the stats. You got guys that won head up awards right now, so let's go to the yearly awards. So right now, Dak Prescott with with tremendous numbers. Boone, can you run off the numbers he had during his MVP season?
Yeah, once I was going to it, I don't know how the fuck they got all these damn yards.
But that's what we was talking about that earlier. I think man Falk was talking about it, like how he it was like quiet. Was it quiet or did he sneak up? Like how did he do that? Because then you look at some game where it's like
1,200 yards. That person, he got 7,362 yards.
Wow.
78 touchdowns.
This game is made for the offense, obviously, because that's tremendous numbers, man. And he's 16-0. The talk all season long was he really ain't play nobody. Do you think that come into effect on the playoff run though?
Oh yeah, definitely, man. Because the talent, man. Pretty much everybody that's pretty good is in the playoffs. Plus, I think all the talent, man, is in the AFC anyway, though.
I mean, yeah, the AFC kind of tough, but I really think it's balanced, bro. I think the NFC tough too. You just had some people, not play the game yet, and they started clicking later on. Like the most impressive run over there was the Saints running off all those wins from starting off 0-6, man, and got itself in the playoff. That was big, bro. So you got two teams from the West, 2 teams from the South. 1 team from the North and 1 team from the East over here, though. But Pat Mahomes came in second. Lamar Jackson came in third in the MVP race. So we're going to go to the AFC Offensive Player of the Year. Tyreek Hill, can we get some numbers on him? Because he had a ridiculous season this year as well.
Yeah, he definitely balled out, man. He gave the rookie a run for his money. He had 3,300 yards, 47 touchdowns.
What rookie you talking about, man? You talking about Hardman?
You talking about Marquise Brown.
Oh man, there you go, slide one of your players in the mix, man. Can we let us get to him, dog? God damn.
You asked for it.
So that was the battle all year long, man. It seemed like your guy was going nuts, and then Tyreek Hill still said, "I'm who I am right now, man." And me, all over the place. So how many touchdowns did he have this year as a receiver?
Tyreek Hill had 47.
Are we talking about anything else like punt returns, kick returns, jet sweeps, anything like that, or that's all receiving touchdowns?
Let's see. Let's go to individual stats. Tyreek, man, he do getting those jet sweeps. So Tyreek Hill, he had no touchdowns rushing. Man, over. No kickoffs, 1 punt.
And he ran a punt return to the crib. But what's impressive though, if you look at the numbers over there, man, how many like for him to have those type of numbers, and then you go look at his other receivers over there, that was very productive too. That's what makes it. I mean, is this the best offense in football right now?
Well, so my headset just came out.
I said is the Chiefs the best offense in football right now?
That's tough to say, man. That's tough to say. But yeah, if you look at both, yeah, because he definitely share carries, man, with his running backs. And then Pat Mahomes, he got 200 yards rushing. So I don't know if we can say they're the best, man. It's still a lot of football, man. It's a lot of teams that he didn't play. So.
I mean, we in postseason right now. From week 1 to week 17, is the Chiefs the best offense in football right now? I mean, how many 1,000-yard receivers do we have? Do we have a 1,000-yard running back? You know what I mean? Like, what's going on in them numbers right now?
Yeah, it's at least 2,000-yard receivers. Tyreek Hill, with 3,300 yards. Hardman has 14. The next person is Kelsey with 479 yards.
All right.
And he doesn't have any 1,000-yard rushes.
Okay. All right, so my question again, is this the number 1 offense in the league, or do you have another team you think might be the number 1 offense in the league?
I don't know, man. The Ravens, man, and I hate to do that, man, because it's my team, but I think the Ravens give him a run for his money.
So what about what about Dak Prescott over there with all those 1,000-yard receivers and going on over there in the NFC? Are we gonna forget about the MVP guy over there?
Yeah, man, he got 3,000-yard rushes. Curtis Samuel came over there, man, and contributed big, man, with 2,500 yards, 30 touchdowns. You got the tight end, Hurd, 24 touchdowns, 1,900 yards. We got Amari Cooper with 1,200 yards and 14 touchdowns. So, man, to give up Zeke Elliott, man, and then, but this guy doesn't run the ball. So, once again, man, he's one-dimensional because he doesn't even have a running back that's over 400 yards.
Right, so for a guy to drop back 90% of the time, 95% of the time, throwing the ball around the park like that and is doing it and has numbers that nobody's ever put up before, we talking about 78 touchdowns, 7,500 plus yards as a quarterback, and he spread the wealth. It wasn't like it went all to one person, it's just spread it out through his offense. Turned the receiver to a tight end and made him one of the best tight ends in the league, number-wise, and the play he did this year. So, all right, are we saying Cowboys in the NFC best offense, Chiefs best offense in the AFC, or are you still pitting them Ravens in a situation where they are pushing both the envelopes on both those teams?
I don't know, man. Like I said, man, I don't want to talk on the Ravens because that's my team, man. But I definitely think that they're pushing the envelope on both, man. It's just they have different dimensions that they could beat you, man. Because Lamar Jackson definitely. He can throw on the run, you know what I mean? And he's a pocket passer, you know what I mean?
So you safe to say you're a pocket passer right now, man? You safe to say that right now. Okay. All right, so go ahead, I'm listening.
Hey, go look at his stats, man. Go look at his stats, man.
I mean, 56 touchdowns, that's impressive, bro. He threw the ball around the park, so, I mean, it's impressive. My question outside of... all right, so outside of Hollywood and your late addition of Julio Jones, because those yards came from Atlanta before he came over to you late, what other production did you have?
Hey, but we gave Julio about 500 of those yards, man, because he had like 1,500 yards before he came over. So
you played two games with Julio and lost both of them. Should we go back to those games to see if he had 500, or are we making that up right now?
No. He had about 100. I think he had a few in the last game. But then Mark Andrews, he had almost 600 yards. Justice Hill had about 500. Snead, and then Miles Boykin, the receiver that I traded away, man, he was pretty much our number 2 receiver. So,
I mean, if we speak in facts, you still, I will agree with you. Your offense is dynamic because of who you have in the backfield as the signal caller. He could do so many different things. He put more pressure on most people for the most part because of what he can do on the ground, rolling out, running around. Like, he can do damn near anything. He's probably like one of the best players, if not the best player on the game right now. So I kind of agree with you there, though. But when we stay over in the AFC and we talk about defensive player of the year over here, J.J. Watt. Now, J.J. Watt with 36 sacks, though, right? That's impressive. You know what I mean? We got guys better than him with more sacks. I ain't gonna say better, though, but anytime a defensive tackle with 36 sacks, man, is that beyond impressive, or is just, oh, that's J.J. Watt? But at D tackle, this guy got 36 sacks, bro.
Man, that's that one-on-one coverage, man. He whooping the damn center ass. Like, it's definitely impressive, man. But you kind of come to expect that from J.J. Watt. Like, I don't know, man. That dude, you expect that to happen.
I mean, he's single.
Not one person that he line up in front of, and you don't expect him to whoop his ass.
Right. All right, I agree, but he single-handedly changed that defense. Like, that might be the best trade that happened all year, because he single-handedly changed the defense, the dynamics of that defense. We knew the Chiefs defense was not good at all, and he turned around and ended up having 3 people in the secondary out of 4 with 10 interceptions or more. And I think that's a testament to J.J. Watt getting to the quarterback, though. Like, everybody stepped up. He made everybody around him better, which put him in a situation where he's 15-1, man. Like, anytime you're a guy getting 36 sacks, we're not even talking about the hurries and the pressure he putting on quarterback, but you got guys that's no-name guys in the secondary, really. Like, they got names, but they really not known to be what they looking like right now. Like, you got, I mean, Tyrann Matthews balled out. You got the rookie Thornhill balled out, and then you got Kendall Fuller, to me, who was stepping into that realm as a shutdown corner off of what type of season he had this year, man. So I think single-handedly J.J. Watt, if we was giving out awards ourselves, I think he single-handedly could have got the MVP of the entire league, just off of, I mean, outside of Khalil Mack, him, you know what I mean? Just the dynamic of what he's done to transform that defense into a top defense and made it scary to play against them. You know they're gonna score points, but you didn't think they would be able to stop anybody. And J.J. Watt doing what he doing kind of turned that around, man. Joey Bosa was in second place in the Defensive Player of the Year on AFC. Got to throw a shout out to Mike. Mike played pretty well all season. He fell off at the end, but he played pretty well, though. So then we go look at Offensive Rookies of the Year, Hollywood Brown, man. All right, so I'm leaving the table for you. What makes this guy special? Because you took him from a 75 overall to a 96. What makes him special?
Man, just the ability to run every route, man. Everybody looks at him as just a deep threat, man, but you know, we make those cornerbacks back off, man, and that's the game plan. And then we hit him with a slant or, you know what I mean, a screen, and he's able to take that, you know, to the crib. So just his ability to run every route, man, on the route tree and kind of get loose, man, and be untouched. And that's what makes him special.
My question to you is the dynamics of Marmar. To me, I think that made Marquise even better. The fact that Marmar can put you in situations where you're running around beating D linemen to the edge and all that stuff, and still be able to throw the ball deep to this guy or slants or whatever, you know, all the things you were throwing to him. I don't like playing a what if game though, but like I guess the question I'm asking you is, could you think he does this type of numbers without Marmar? Like, do they go hand in hand?
Yeah, they definitely go hand in hand, man. I think if you had a quarterback like Aaron Rodgers or somebody else, you know what I mean, who had the arm strength, but some of those routes, man, they take time to actually develop, man. So Lamar Jackson's ability to get outside the pocket, man, and buy some time allows him to get open and use his speed to his advantage.
Right. Now McCole Hardman, man, he stepped into a ram, another 1,000-yard rookie right here, man. Like, he definitely pushed the envelope, being a number 2 receiver on the Chiefs team right now, man. You got to give him a shout out. And then Justice Hill, man, at first he didn't look like he was going to be doing anything for you, and for him to come in third place right now on Offensive Rookie of the Year, I think that's impressive. So we're going to slide over to the defensive side of things. Juan Thornhill, we talked about this. I think it go hand in hand with J.J. Watt, but this guy was getting interceptions from day one. The moment he stepped on the field, he been picking the ball off right now, man. So I think it's rightfully so that Juan Thornhill put himself in a category where he's a top 10 safety, top 5 safety in the league right now. Lonnie Johnson Jr. for the Texans. After the Texans blew his entire team up, he was one of the focal pieces on the defense at safety. I thought he played really well all season. And then that showed Shaq some love, man. He took this guy from a 62 overall to an 82 overall, and Trayvon Mullen, and made him a top type guy. And I know Falk played him and was like, I couldn't throw the ball on this guy at all. So shout out to Shaq, man. Keep pushing, man. Let's turn that record around from a 3-13. Try to get you some more wins over there, man. Best quarterback over here, Patrick Mahomes. Then he threw 76 touchdowns himself this year.
Let me see. I think it was 73. He threw 73.
Lamar Jackson with 56 touchdown passes. Deshaun Watson was solid all year. I think they had another explosive offense too, because he spread the ball a little bit. And Baker Mayfield, quiet as kept, man, sitting in 4th place right now. That's big. I like that. And then Jimmy Garoppolo going from the San Francisco 49ers over there to the Patriots and holding them down to get into a playoff situation is big too. Now, best running backs over here, Saquon Barkley. Man, you seen him play? What you like? I'll give you the floor, man. What we gonna say about the bull Saquon right now?
Man, I'm surprised he ain't got down. I don't know, bro. That motherfucker thirsty as hell. Still thirsty, man. That motherfucker getting carries.
God damn, about 2. How many carries he got, man? Let's just be real. How many carries he got? He ain't even in the 300 carries, man. We done seen way more carries than that. Hey, man, 262. All right, so my reasoning to that is at one point we really was our only offensive weapon. I mean, we just wasn't ready yet with the receiver core. We couldn't get off the jams, none of that stuff. Like, I think they stepping into that realm now, but I mean, he was the offense over there, though. So I still think that's impressive, the numbers he got for only 266 carries. Now, I know he probably leading the league in carries, but we the same guys in our league where you got guys carrying the ball for 300 times, 400 times. That didn't happen this year, but 266 for Danner, 2,900, bro. Come on, man, knock it off.
Yeah, no.
And we talking about, impressive. I was gonna say, because we ain't talking about running in the hole, because them 2 guys we talked about before that, Reek and motherfucking your guys, shit, it's running in the hole. Let's go. So all right, so AFC best wide receivers, the top 5 is Tyreek Hill, Hollywood Brown, DeAndre Hopkins, DJ Chark, and Julio Jones. So you got 2 out of the 5 sitting here. Again, Julio, we'll talk about that when we get to the playoff matchup. But Julio coming over there, man, that's big, man. He brought the numbers from Atlanta and came to your team right now, gave you 2 dynamic receivers right now with Mar running around. I thought D-Hop, being the only 99 overall receiver, played well. I think he did the right shit with him all season long, man. He only had 1 game where he was shut down, where he had 3 catches for 3 yards. Other than that, he played well all year, man. Odell Beckham was quiet, and Hardman sitting there at 7th right now. Offensive line, slide by that. Chiefs got the number 1 guy. Browns number 2, Jags number 3. You get to the D-line, man. Again, J.J. Watt, Joey Bosa, Myles Garrett, Gerard Casey. Most of these guys are either superstars or the X Factor, so they all did what they was expected to do this year outside of J.J. Watt and Joey Bosa going crazy this year. We get to the linebackers right now. Vontaze Burfict. Okay, Shaq had 20-plus sacks with this guy. Telvin Smith played well. Leon Jacobs played well. Bradley Chubb and Von Miller. DBs over there, Earl Thomas, Thornhill. This was a safety league. Like I said, for the Chiefs to have the safety number 2, they got cornerback as their number 3 player on the defensive player of the year, and then Tyrann Matthews, the other safety, sitting at 6. Man, that's impressive, bro, to have 3 up there. But Earl Thomas, man, what did he give you all year?
Man, he just gave us the ability to shut down one side of the field, man. And then, you know, with the acquisition of Sherman, that just made our secondary that much more better.
Right. And Sherman up here too, in 5th place. So, man, those numbers came from you, or was it half and half? Nano had it, and then you took over, or they all your numbers?
Nano had about two picks.
All right, so let's get to the NFC, man. Let's go start back with the offensive player of the year over there. So Dak Prescott and Curtis Samuel, after being traded from the Panthers over here, went ham. Dalvin Cook, from week 1 to 3, was being said being the best running back in the league right now. Russell Wilson quiet up here, and Telvin Coleman. Nano did pretty well with his running back, man. He put him in a situation with 1,500 yards. Defensive player of the year, Khalil Mack. This is impressive, though. The Bears got 2 of the top defensive players of the year right now, Khalil Mack and Leonard Floyd, man. I mean, they sack nation over there. This guy had almost 40 sacks, and then Leonard Floyd almost had 20-plus sacks. You think they got the scariest up front, though, as far as like all overall players? Yeah, the NFC. You think they're up front? Like, if you go right now and look at their sacks right now and look on the Bears, I'm quite sure it's more than just these 2 that got sacks. Would you say they have the scariest up front 7 on defense?
Yeah, man. Yeah, you can definitely say that, man. But the Cowboys, they look a little scary too, low key, man.
Right, man. Yeah, they do. DeMarcus Lawrence, Jesus. So you got people getting to the quarterback. I mean, that's what this game is about, man. You get to the quarterback, and it's an offensive game. So if you could put points up and get to the quarterback, you're doing things. For the offensive rookie of the year, Jalen Hurd will go in a ram of what J.J. Watt was over there for Falky. I mean, Jalen Hurd turned this team in. I think he was a big part of them being 16-0. He gave up a 3rd this year and a 3rd next year to get a wide receiver that fit the category to be able to get turned to a tight end, and he went ham over there. But DK Metcalf as a rookie and Miles Sanders was very impressive. Not going to talk about Kyler Murray because he tanked the whole year, but Miles Sanders, to me, I thought will win this Rookie of the Year over here. But again, DK Metcalf and Hurd stepped up, man. Jalen Hurd is a monster. He got over 100 catches, right?
Yeah, he got over 100.
That's crazy. And DK Metcalf didn't play like a rookie from day 1. He just been balling out, man. And Miles Sanders is going to step into that top 5 running back category over here, man. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Devin White was quiet. I like Darnell Savage. I like what my boy Mark did with Darnell Savage, man. And then if you come back down, Onk with Cole Holcomb and Montez Sweat up here. Then he got 3 linebackers. So Onk was doing what Onk do, sending that heat right now. He got 3 linebackers in the top 10 defensive Rookie of the Year, and they all rookies. So we looking at the Redskins defense to be really strong in the future right now, man. Best quarterback, of course, Dak Prescott, Russell Wilson, Winston, and Aaron Rodgers. How about Mark being in 5th place with Aaron Rodgers at quarterback right now?
Yeah, shit's crazy.
Shit crazy. Dalvin Cook is the number 1 running back over here right now. Cohen snuck behind him. Cohen shared duties over here. Nano played well with Telvin Coleman. Kamara started to step up. Seemed like McCoy got his feet underneath him and understood how to play with this guy. Best receivers, Samuels, Metcalf, Diggs, Evans, and Cooper over here. Marquise Lee, That's big. Marquise Lee stepped up over here. Gabriel down there too. But Curtis Samuels came over here and gave this guy a deep threat, along with a possession receiver with Amari Cooper and a tight end that's dynamic in the middle of the field, and then you got a guy with burners that can stretch the field. So the Cowboys really kind of scary on offense right now. Offensive line, Cowboys, then the Eagles. So D-line over here, DeMarcus Lawrence, Cameron Jordan, Aaron Donald. Shout out to Aaron Donald over at putting in work with Rock, man. Fletcher Cox. We got a lot of D tackles making noise right now. Wait, Donald played DN, right? Yeah, he played DN.
Yeah.
Again, Khalil Mack, Leonard Floyd, both outside linebackers putting in work all year. Jalen Smith, Bobby Wagner had damn near 15 to 20 sacks coming from the middle linebacker spot, so you know he's sending it. D Ford, shout out to Nano, playing good. Now the DBs over here, Byron Jones. I mean, I gotta say, we thought Stephon Gilmore was the #1 corner on the game, but to me, I think Byron Jones is absolutely the #1 player in the league right now, as far as DB at corner, shutdown wise.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. I thought they actually boosted his stats too fucking much, man. I didn't think he was that good last year.
Bro, he came in off that playoff run, yo. Like the last 4 games the Cowboys had in real life, man, which got him who he is, man. That's why like with the whole Tyreek might not play this year is why they only made him a star. Well, that's what happened with Byron Jones on the opposite end of it. They played so well coming down the stretch and shit. They was damn near calling him a no-fly zone, so they gave that man a shutdown, and he did that all year, shut down. I've seen games where he trailing and making picks and shit. You got a wide open player, and he come out of nowhere and get that INT, man. But I do think this is a safety league over here, man, right now. So you got Harrison Smith shitting, Justin Evans doing some things, and the Woozy over here playing Darnell Savage. That's the DBs. So that's the awards. Now, as far as awards, man, the top guy, not the top first two, the top guy will get awards. Y'all read the chat, and we giving out awards for these guys. Pro Bowl guys will get a trade upgrade. Award winners, and you also gonna get yards leaders, interception leaders, touchdown leaders will also get traits. And just follow the chat and read, and I'll explain what I'm talking about. So league MVP, so Jungle with Dak Prescott will better get an 8-point upgrade on him. Anything that's outside of speed, acceleration, and awareness. All right, and now league leaders and stats will get a trait upgrade. So that'll be yards, sacks, interceptions, touchdowns. You can't get no X factor. So the trait upgrades, man. If you go to I'll show y'all real fast. If you go to a player, let's start with you, Boone, since we grade through your guys anyway. If you go to a player, we'll start with your safety. All right, Boone.
Yeah.
All right, so the Ravens. Earl Thomas won. What do you want? Defensive Player of the Year, or you want DB of the Year?
DB.
And what else?
And interception leader.
And interception leader. All right. So we do know interception leader will get him a trait upgrade. Being an interception leader, that would get him a trait upgrade, right? Yep. Let me see. Yep, that'll get him a trait upgrade. So if I click on him and go to edit, I'll slide over to where it says player traits. All right, so right now we know he got superstar X factor, so that can't change. His penalty already is discipline. That's a trait upgrade. So if it was on normal or undisciplined, you can move it up one. So if it's on undisciplined, you can move it up to normal. If it's on normal, you can move it up to discipline. You know he don't need no quarterback stuff, but play ball in the air is already aggressive. Big hitters are already aggressive. So here's your trait upgrades he can get with him. Finesse moves, power moves. You can come down here and get aggressive catch, possession catch, or run after catch. Knowing that you get a trait upgrade, which one would you want?
Give me finesse move. Finesse
move, got you. So that's his trade upgrade. Now, for winning, that was for having the most interceptions in the league. Now, for winning defensive back award, we will go over here to where it says ratings, and this is where he'll get his points at over here. So now, again, it says award winners will get a 4-point upgrade. So again, he can get a 4-point upgrade on anything but speed, acceleration, or awareness. So all right, so what would you want your 4 points on?
Let me get 4 on catching traffic.
4 on catching traffic?
Yeah. 1,
2, 3, 4. So that's his 4 points on catching traffic. All right, so that's how that works, man. If y'all are paying attention to it, this is what it is. Watch the video. If you still got questions, just hit me up and I'll explain it to you. That's the award situations. And before we get back to editing and Boom players and all the playoff guys real fast, for some of these playoff games get played, I'm gonna show y'all who the matchups are in the wild card right now. All right, so Ravens and Jaguars will be playing soon. That's the hot game, I think. 49ers Bears is quietly a good game. Titans and Patriots is on right now, so Titans should be broadcasting. So please tune into that game, man. If you didn't post it to the chat, I will. And the Saints and the Bucks, man, they gotta come see each other, man. So I think, Boom, what do you think's the best game on here?
All right, man, definitely got to be our game.
Definitely our game. I do think that Bears-Niners game is really a real sneaky game. I think there's more pressure on Mill than it is Nando. What do you think?
Oh, yeah, definitely, man. Mill got to get this.
Yeah, Mill lose this game. We ain't gonna see Mill. Mill gonna be on. He gonna be on vacation for the next week or two. Motherfucking, he ain't gonna call me. We ain't gonna talk football. None of that shit. You better not fucking lose this game. I know that much. Again, tune into the Titans-Patriots game, man. That's the first game being played right now. And then the Ravens-Jaguars coming up soon, man. It's your boy AntHits, the franchise guru, best league around Game of Thrones, and the boy Real Boone talking at work right now. Holla at us.
Yep.